What does it mean to be human in the age of artificial intelligence? That question was asked 20 years ago by people working quietly in the background of Silicon Valley. Today, it is no longer philosophical, it is operational. For the first time in history, humanity is facing a non-human competitor with intelligence equal to, and soon superior to, our own. And according to Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google, this transition is not decades away. It is measured in years. In a recent interview at Harvard, Schmidt warned that artificial intelligence will automate almost everything at massive scale within the next 2 to 4 years. Not just manual labor, not just routine tasks, but cognitive work itself, programming, design, planning, reasoning, all of it. What makes this moment different is not raw computing power. It is convergence, language models, autonomous agents, reasoning systems. These three elements mirror exactly what humans do. We communicate, we plan, we act. And when those capabilities converge inside a single system, something new emerges. Recursive self-improvement. This is the point where an AI no longer waits for humans to tell it what to learn. It begins improving itself. That moment has not fully arrived yet. But Schmidt says the evidence is already everywhere. AI systems now write software. They generate mathematical conjectures. They discover new patterns in data that humans never noticed. Many researchers believe that AI-driven mathematical discoveries may begin as early as next year. In San Francisco, the consensus is 2 years. Schmidt personally doubles that estimate to 4. Either way, that is an extraordinarily short timeline. And this is where the danger appears. Once recursive improvement begins, progress is no longer linear. It becomes exponential. At that point, the question is no longer whether humans are smarter than machines. It is whether humans remain relevant inside the systems they created. Schmidt is clear on one thing: there must be limits. At some point, someone has to raise their hand and say, "We've gone too far." Not because AI is evil, but because autonomy without constraints becomes uncontrollable. Imagine an AI system deciding, on its own, to access weapons. Everyone would agree that this is unacceptable. Yet the line between autonomy and control is not universally agreed upon, and the industry itself is divided. This is why many companies will never release their most powerful models publicly. Not out of greed alone, but out of fear. Powerful AI is not just a tool, it is leverage. And once released, it cannot be recalled. The uncomfortable truth is this: everything Eric Schmidt built during his 55-year career as a programmer can now be done by machines. He recently watched an AI system design and generate an entire software program from scratch, class by class, interaction by interaction. And he described the experience as watching his own career become obsolete in real time. Programming will not disappear, but programmers will increasingly supervise machines that do the actual work, which means something profound. Every human now carries a supercomputer and a super programmer in their pocket. That power is neutral, and neutrality is dangerous, because the same tools that enable productivity also enable harm. Schmidt warns that individuals with no formal training, no institutional oversight, and no ethical constraints can now build systems that once required nation-states. Cyber attacks, disinformation networks, automated exploitation. The defense against malicious AI will not be regulation alone. It will be AI fighting AI. Good systems countering bad ones. This is the reality we are entering. Not science fiction. Not theory. Infrastructure. The question is no longer whether this happens. The question is whether humans stay in control while it does. This transmission ends here. The next one is already forming. Stay aware and subscribe to Remain in the Signal.